Hey guys, Aqua here, and we haven't seen Dinomists top quite some time. Was it the last time they topped was, I think, what was it, like January, February-ish? I can't exactly remember. I know I did a video talking about it. um, and then we saw some tops going back to around halfway through last year, I believe. So it's been quite some time. And is it possible that Dinomists could top again, actually? And as of right now, I don't think they can. And I'm going to go into it, and, I could be totally wrong. But we just got, well, we don't have Dark Neostorm yet. That comes out tomorrow. So, um, with Dark Neostorm coming out tomorrow, we don't exactly know what this format's going to be. We most likely know is that Mystic Mind Burn is going to be a major thing, so... And then, we're seeing Orcus getting some support and such, and we're getting some really cool support there, so yeah. But the format has changed since we've seen Dinomists top. We have Salamangreats, that's a big thing, and, well, that's honestly all I can think off the top of my head, so yeah. Oh yeah, and then I feel like Dangers have definitely become more relevant too, so yeah. So, why do I think Dinomists can't top? Well, besides the format being much different now, we got more things to worry about. Um, I'm going to go into each of the three ways, because there's technically three ways I feel like you could really play Dinomists. I'm going to kind of bring up why I feel like all of them can't top. First, I want to mention Turbo and Spouse OTK, because they're almost the same. Actually, Spineless OTK uses Turbo as a loose template, exactly, if you want to say. It kind of uses Turbo as a base to essentially thin out your deck and dig through there to get to your OTK pieces. And Turbo, essentially, you just turbo out a bunch of Dinomists and make a strong XYZ board with some negates on there. So, issues with them. They both die to hand traps. You hand trap them, that's kind of it. Turbo does have some slight recovery to it, but Spineless OTK does not. That deck kind of just dies the way it is. I have the few times I've used it and I've lost with it. They actually negate my plays. There's virtually almost nothing I could do just about every time. So there's no recovery for Spineless OTK. On top of that, too, you need to go first with what you call it, Turbo. Otherwise, you're not really going to be doing super well because you're going to have to deal with board and negates. And then one of the bigger problems with Spineless OTK is if your opponent does have all these negates, you're definitely not getting your play off. So yeah, it's really weird. But that variant still actually can work. It's actually caught a few meta players here off guard. So yes. But yeah, so that's why I feel like those wouldn't be able to really top. And then looking to standard board control Dinomists, which is actually the variant that's been actually topping. Oh yeah, and then another thing, with Turbo and Spineless OTK, you do lose the protection that standard Dinomist board control has. Because you're not going to be using Dinomists as scales in those variants most of the time. You do lose the protection, which is a problem for the deck, for those variants. But standard board control. So the issues with the biggest issues standard board control has, well, there's two, is one, it's a very slow deck, and right now we're playing a very fast. I feel like a very fast format. I mean, I guess you could say very fast. I mean, we got Salamangreats running around, and I feel like that is a very, like, not as in, like, fast as in, like, no, I mean, fast as a heavy, kind of, like, fast combo, if that makes sense. I just feel like this format is just too. The format's just gotten too fast for the board control. Um, so unless you're playing board control, you need to have more of a stun aspect to it. Which the second problem is the fact that we do have the very limited back row space now. And this has been a problem ever since they introduced links, and it's been a crucial hit to Dynamis. Just having the three slots now is a problem because you're gonna want to play more stun. I feel like, oh yeah, you're gonna definitely want to play more stun if you try to compete this format. And the issue with that is you can't. You gotta have. How do I say this? That very limited space, you're gonna want to essentially limit your stun cards there, and I don't know. It's not as like the limited ratios aren't as good. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, I guess. I don't know. It's really weird what I'm going to say. So because you have the limited backspace, you have to essentially limit the amount of stun your stun cards essentially, and it just really sucks losing those two other slots. It does pretty much it does hinder that deck the board control deck quite a bit because it can't play at that full power stun that it wants to. I feel so. That's why I feel like Dynamis can't top right now. But if we do get into a format that is slower or less hand trap relevant, then yes, Dynamis could totally top. They could totally do it again. I mean, if it gets slower, then yeah, board control can top. But if we get one where it's like hand traps become less prevalent again, then yeah, Turbo and OTK could do more. Could actually do some work. So those are my thoughts on why I think Dynamis can't top right now. But for you Dynamis players out there who disagree or agree, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I know there's some of you who probably do disagree with me and are probably, waiting there with your pitchforks and, your torches ready to, burn me to, burn my house down and stuff. Oh, there's, I'm pretty sure there's some pissed off Dynamis fans out there. So, or duelists out there. So, yeah. Comment what y'all's thoughts. Give this video a like if you liked it. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my content. I do 4 or 5 videos a week typically. And if you guys want to help support this channel, link in the description down below to my Patreon. And link in the description down below to my Discord server that I tend to hang out on. So, yeah, try to be on there as much as I can. Thank you guys for watching.